Hi friends, this is Rebecca. Welcome back to Body Illumination. We are going to get started with our Yin Vinyasa flow today. We are doing a lot of Yin, a little bit of Vinyasa. So grab your mat, grab some blocks if you use blocks, and also have a wall accessible if you can. If you can't, no big deal. Okay, so we're seated in a comfortable position, and just take a moment to set your intention. What you want to cultivate in your day, in your practice, in your life. And if you'd like, join me with the sound of Om. Okay, so let's come on forward and come into ankle pose. So you are welcome to use a block, which I am demonstrating. You can place the block on your shins, or you can even use a blanket and pad your feet, because this pose can get a little edgy, especially if you are a long distance runner or a hiker, or maybe you wear a lot of heels. Then you might feel this pose quite intensely. So drop your knees down into the earth if you need to do that. And we're working on the stomach and the spleen meridian right now. We're going to stay here for about 3 minutes. Okay, so moving out of our ankle pose, we're just going to work on a little wrist decompression. So take your time, open your palms nice and flat. You can have a very subtle bend in your elbows here. That will actually intensify the pose for most of us. We're not going to stay here for a whole 3 minutes. but this is a great posture to help us with all of our daily activities on the phones and tablets and the computers that we use so very often, or most of us do. Now release this pose and rinse out those wrists. Just give them a little circle in each direction. Then let's come forward onto our hands and knees and round into a cat and a cow. And then stretch all the way back into a child's pose. Just melt back here for a moment. Tune back into your intention. Again, thinking about what it is that you want to cultivate in your practice and in your life. And if you want to intensify this pose, you can open your legs a little bit wider. Okay, now step back into a plank and then step back into downward facing dog. And while you're in downward dog, just pedal out your legs, bend one knee and the other. Come back into a plank and then lower all the way down onto your belly. Once you get down there, press your hands forward in front of you and prop yourself up into a little sphinx. So open your chest up, soften through your face, and then lower yourself back down into the ground. Wiggle out your hips and do that again. Come on up into a little baby cobra, or if you want to, you can come up into a full upward facing and then lower yourself back into the ground. And push all the way up into upward facing, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Okay, and now from downward facing dog, slowly walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Roll yourself all the way up to stand, and then on your way down, arch. And again, round through the spine. Then arch on your way down. Stick your chest out. Okay, so do that one more time, maybe two if you'd like to. And then come on up and we're going to come into eagle arms. So take your arms and cross your right arm on top of your left arm. Gomukhasana arms. Hold those arms and then begin to fold forward, coming into dangling. So you're going to dangle right into a nice ragdoll, if you will, or dangling, whichever you prefer to call it, depending upon our practice. And keep squeezing those arms and opening up through the shoulders and the back. Maybe soften, let out a sigh. It's time to release the arms into the earth and round through the spine, come all the way back up to stand. Let's change sides. Now, this time you're going to take your left arm on top of your right, come back into those arms, give them a nice squeeze, and slowly lower yourself down into the earth. Fold forward and hang. This is so delicious. Just feel yourself melting into the earth. Again, let's release the arms and then lengthen through the spine. Take your hands into the earth, come into a high plank, lower down, low plank, come all the way down into your belly. Again, slide those hands forward, come into a low cobra. Now we're coming up again, but this time you can come up a little bit higher, either into a sphinx, or you can come up into a higher cobra. We're going to hang out here for a little bit, so check it out. If you want to, a nice variation would be to come up against the wall. So if you have a wall available near you, nearby, then go ahead and prop yourself up near the wall and place your shins on the wall. So your knees are near the earth, and then come back up into your cobra. So that's just an option. Otherwise, you are welcome to keep your legs on the floor. If a wall is not available, that's perfectly fine. Again, we're going to stay here for about 3 minutes. This seal pose stimulates the urinary meridian, and it also energizes the adrenal glands. It helps to restore natural curvature back into the spine and helps the connective tissue regenerate in the sacral area. So when you're looking forward in this pose, you can look slightly forward or up, or you can even release your head and look down. And if you want more of a gentle variation of this, you're welcome to prop up your forearms on a blanket or blocks or on the floor. Now moving on, we are slowly going to lower ourselves into the earth If you're on the wall, you're going to windshield wipe your legs and then slowly navigate away from the wall. Come into a child's pose and then take a moment to slither through into a little cow. Then press back, downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards your hands. You're going to hang over your legs and you're going to reach your right arm up and over your lower back, and then you're going to thread your left arm through your legs. Drop your head into the earth, let your head get really heavy, and just maybe shake your head from side to side. And then let's release that and change sides. So now you're going to take your left arm up and over and thread your right arm through your legs. And try to grab onto the left arm, your left wrist, or maybe a piece of clothing or whatever will work. And again, hang yourself upside down, nice and deep. Just let yourself go here. Release your arms, shake out your head, and press back into a child's pose again. Take a moment here to adjust. Press back into a high plank, downward facing dog. Now come back into your high plank, press into upward facing and downward facing dog. Let's take the right leg up into the sky, bend the knee, and step it all the way through between your hands. Drop the back knee and come on up. Sweep the arms up into the sky. Take the hands to your heart. And then do that again. Arms reach up into the sky. Hands come through to Anjali Mudra. And then reach your hands to the inside of your front foot. We're going to come into our twisted dragon. And again, I'm going to show you some variations with the twisted dragon. So you are welcome to stay here and add a little pressure to the inner thigh, or you can come onto your forearm if you'd like to. Again, twisting towards the right inner thigh. And as we start to go through the different variations with this, just be playful with your practice and listen to your body. So it's really important to think about what your body is needing today at this moment. Okay, so here's the little twist. If you want to, you're going to prop yourself back up and bend your back left leg. Reach back for your leg and grab onto the ankle. Maybe play with this a little bit. You can hold on to the ankle and then flip the palm open, or you can keep it inward if you prefer, but play with that a little bit, okay? So reach for the inside or the outside, and then just hang here. This is a great way to get into those hips a little bit deeper. Okay, releasing your foot into the earth. Take your time, push yourself in to the earth. Take that right foot across your mat, and yes, we're going to swing the back leg around, coming into a seated spinal twist. Okay, so give that leg in front a little squeeze. You can extend the bottom leg out or keep it bent. And then we're going to guide that knee in towards your chest. Pull yourself up nice and long and twist towards the bent leg. Okay, so let's counter twist our pose over to the other side. And then we're going to transition into the next pose. So you're going to come onto your side and extend your arm out behind you. So why don't you mirror me and come onto your left side and extend your left arm behind you if that works for you. Reach the arm out like a wing, and you're going to keep your legs together like you would in butterfly, but you're on your side. So only one leg is free up towards the sky and the other leg is in towards the earth. You can rest your head down into the earth, or you can take it onto a block if you wish. And you can splay the legs open a little bit more. Play with that. If you need a little bit of support, you can put your top hand on top of your leg and support your leg if that's what you're needing today. Okay, now let's gently release this, rolling over onto your abdomen. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and slide them back just a little bit as you push forward and through. Come on up, upward facing or maybe a cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Connect to your breath. Lift the left leg up into the sky. Step it all the way through between your hands. Pause here for a moment. Now sweep the arms up into the sky. Take the hands through to your heart. And do that again. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then take them through to your heart. And you can do that a couple more times if that's what you need to do. And let's take the hands to the inside of the front foot, transitioning into the dragon. So you're going to turn your left foot out slightly. Add a little bit of pressure. And remember, we have lots of variations, and this side will probably be very different from your other side. I know it was for me in particular. So play with this as we go through the different variations and see what your body is calling for. It will let you know. And remember, going a little bit deeper in the posture doesn't always mean that you're going to feel it deeper. So an exaggerated version of the posture, for me, doesn't always open up my body as much as I want to. So make sure you're aware of that and don't have an end goal in mind with how the posture should look. Okay, when you're ready, prop yourself up onto your forearm and let's bend that back leg, if that's what you would like to do. Otherwise, just stay in the other variation. And again, play with the hand positioning and see which way you're going to get a better opening. You want that shoulder to be opening up too, though, so make sure you're not rounding the shoulder forward. Try to release it onto the back body. Okay, release your foot if you have the foot. And again, let's transition out of this. Come onto your hands. Prop yourself up and then take your time to heel toe that foot across the mat as if we were going to come into swan, but we're not. We're going to sweep the back leg around and come into a seated spinal twist again. Remember your options. You're welcome to extend that bottom leg out if you'd like to. And when you're here, see if you can just move around a little bit, finding those sits bones, your ischial tuberosities, reach them into the earth. Try to connect in with them, and then twist over to your right side, look over the shoulder. Okay, let's counter twist our posture. And then right from the counter twist, come onto your side. Again, you are welcome to mirror me if you did so on the other side. If you are, you're going to lie on your right side and take that right arm behind you like a wing, extend it all the way out, and then bend the knees and bring the soles of your feet together. Relax your head, relax your jaw, and just soften here. Okay, join me. Roll over onto your abdomen, onto your belly. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Prepare yourself upward facing or cobra, downward facing dog. Now walk your feet towards your hands, hang over your legs, and come on down into a squat. So play with your squat. If you need to, use your props. You can put a rolled up mat underneath your heels if this is challenging for you, or you could even use a block for some support. You can even sit on a block if you really need to. Take your hands to your heart and keep lengthening through the spine. And then once you find the posture, go ahead and soften into it. Okay, now let's just gently plop down into the earth. We're going to squeeze our knees in towards our chest, come onto our back side, and guide the right leg in towards your chest. Give it a nice stretch here. Hold it in. And then switch legs. Check out what's going on with the hamstrings. Connect in with your breath. Again, change legs. Hold the right leg in, and this time flex the foot and point. Maybe make some little circles, change legs again. Again, let's flex and point. Okay, guide both legs in towards your chest, give them a nice little squeeze. Give yourself a nice hug. And let's come into our happy baby. So the soles of the feet are up towards the sky. Think about a tripod. So you want to reach your tailbone down towards the earth and your knees down towards the earth, or that's our goal. And you're welcome to grab the outside of your feet or the inside, or you can hold your toes in a yogic toe lock. grab onto the back of your legs now, and let's roll for a little bit. You're going to rock up to a seated position and rock back and rock up and rock back. This is the Pilates instructor in me, and also this is from Ashtanga. We're going to come on up and hold boat pose just for a moment. Yes, I know this is a lovely yin practice, but a little bit of core power is always helpful. And then bend your knees. That was easy enough, right? Okay, squeeze the knees in towards your chest. So the next pose is really yummy. What you're gonna do is, if you have a wall, we're gonna move into snail on the wall, which is basically plow pose or halasana. If you don't have a wall, it's no big deal. You can even use blocks and prop up your hips. If you do have access to the wall, you're gonna do what I'm doing. You're gonna get close to the wall, take your legs up the wall, and then do a little walk on your shoulders. So prop yourself up like you were in a bridge and walk your shoulders towards the wall. And then you get the feedback from the wall into your hips and your lower back, and it's just delicious. So take your time and play with this. You can also rest your hips backwards towards the wall, and you'll get the feedback from the wall. Or you can push yourself and take your feet closer to the earth, and again, walk on your shoulders to get closer as you stay in this posture. So we're going to stay here for about 3 minutes. Take your time. It's really wonderful. Enjoy it. Okay, so coming out of this, we're going to move the same way. Take your legs back against the wall and then do a little walk on your shoulders away from the wall to navigate away from it, and then drop your legs and your hips down when you're ready and push yourself up to a seated posture. Now we're going to come onto our backside. Let's open our heart up. You're going to take a block between your shoulder blades, and after you're in a plow or snail, it's nice to open up the heart and open up the throat chakra. So take your block on any level between your shoulder blades, and then drape yourself open on the block, and take the soles of your feet together, bend your knees, and just find some relaxation here. Now you're welcome to remove the block at any point if you'd like to, and if this is an evening practice and you're concerned about getting invigorated with back bends, then maybe just put the block on the lower side. So choose if you want to stay here or transition into final relaxation with your legs extended. I'm going to keep mine bent. Okay, and then let's gently come on over to one side, come on up to a seated posture. I'm sitting in lotus. You're welcome to sit in Sukhasana, whatever's comfortable for you. And connect back into your intention, connect into your breath. What is it that you want to cultivate in your life? Take your hands to your heart center. Om Shanti, 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 Namaste. Beautiful day. If you want to check out more of Body Illumination, check out our morning series. I'll show some links above, and check out our playlist, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell. That's really important. Otherwise, you won't be notified of the next videos that come out. And also subscribe at bodyillumination.com. Check out our newsletter and add Rebecca at bodyillumination.com to your mailbox. And it's Rebecca with a K.